And what'll happen, or a lot of us, is we're there and we're standing there and or we're sitting and some things will start to happen and your system will kind of it'll be used to filtering those things that start to happen. Like, oh, there's this sense of movement or some inner sensation, and your natural tendency, your maybe not natural, but your tendency will be to like, okay, those aren't important. I'm not going to feel those. I got business to do, and so they get bypassed what's going on in our system. And so here we're just maybe something starts to happen in your system and you just give it a little space. Something interesting's happening, and it can be like subtle at first. Like, again, my joke about you're playing soccer, you're playing football, and then on the sideline there's something going on, and what's that? There's something interesting going on there, and what is that? And you get curious. You give it a little space, and it starts to take over a little bit more. And that requires, giving permission to this kind of outlier, this strange feeling in your system. And that's really hard for a lot of us. We don't know how to do that. We want to do it right. Just letting that have a little bit of space, letting it blossom. Maybe it's wrong, but we're just giving it a little space here. You kind of feel like a traitor, like, well, I'm sorry, meditation God, I'm listening to this thing that's happening. I know it's not what you want me to do, but I have to. It's something interesting's happening. You kind of feel like this traitor kind of snickering a little bit. You can't help yourself. And maybe you try to control it a little bit, try to help it a little bit. I'll kind of speed this up. And then you see, I do that and I get in the way, I block it. So it's this subtle, very subtle golden thread of something really interesting happening. And I can, it requires all my focus to feel it. I've got to just let go of everything to feel it. It drives me deeper and deeper into a process. Maybe at first we can only focus on it for a little while, and then we kind of get a little bit tired or get a little bit fried. But over time, we can kind of feel that, let it through. Our systems got more space. starts to happen all the time. I have to continually, question, am I being real with what's happening right now, or do I think I know what's happening? Actually, if I look closer, oh, wasn't really with it. I had an assumption of what was happening, and I was actually not listening. But we do a little bit of movement, just getting curious here. If you can't do this, that's okay. I'm going to pour my weight all into my left leg. Okay, pouring all the weight into the left leg. And then pouring all the weight into the right leg. Or maybe it's like it's all kind of being like a vacuum, kind of vacuum down into the ground in the right leg. Now, as I go down into the left leg again, I'm giving all my weight to that left leg, and my right arm's going to come up. Maybe just like to about the head. And then down. And then pouring the weight into the right leg, and the left hand comes up. And then this time, as we pour into the left and the right hand comes up, maybe the right foot just comes up off the ground a little bit here.